let me ask you something. When was the last time someone told you your glutes, yes, your backside, could actually save your life? Probably never, right? Because nobody talks about this. Instead, we're handed a brochure for water aerobics and told to take it easy. But here's the thing they're not telling you. Your glutes are the biggest, most powerful muscle group in your entire body. And after 50, when they start to weaken, everything falls apart with them. Your posture, your balance, your knees, your hips, your lower back, even your ability to get up off the floor. I'm not being dramatic. Physical therapists call it gluteal amnesia, where your glutes literally forget how to fire properly. And the scary part, most people over 50 have it right now and don't even know it. But here's the good news, and I mean really good news. You don't need a gym, you don't need to get down on the floor, you don't need any equipment at all. All you need is a chair, the one you're probably sitting in right now. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 chair exercises that will wake up those sleeping glutes, rebuild lost strength, and protect you from the falls, the pain, and the loss of independence that nobody wants to talk about. Stay with me until exercise number 3 because that one surprises every single person who tries it, and it's probably the most powerful move in this whole routine. Let's get into it. Drop a number 1 in the comments right now if your back or hips have been bothering you lately. You'd be amazed how many people are in the same boat. Before we start moving, I want you to understand something because I find that when you know why an exercise works, you actually do it, and you do it right. Your glutes are made up of 3 muscles, the gluteus maximus, the gluteus medius, and the gluteus minimus. Together, they control how you walk, how you stand, how you climb stairs, and how you absorb shock every single time your foot hits the ground. Here's what happens when those muscles weaken, and this starts happening in your 40s if you're not actively working against it. Your pelvis tilts forward, your lower back overcompensates, your knees start taking on loads they were never designed for, your hip flexors tighten up like a rubber band, and falls, the #1 cause of injury-related death in adults over 65, become far more likely. A meta-analysis published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that older adults with lower extremity weakness had 76% higher odds of falling, and the risk of recurrent falls tripled. And a 2014 study in BMC Geriatrics showed that the gluteal muscles were the most affected muscles in older adults who fell, with significantly more fat infiltration and lower strength compared to non-fallers. That's not a small finding. And here's the part that truly excites me. Your muscles don't know how old they are. They respond to stimulus. They respond to challenge. Research consistently shows that even adults in their 80s and 90s can build meaningful strength with the right exercises. You just have to give them the right signal. And that's exactly what we're about to do. Ready? Let's go. Exercise number 1, seated side leg lifts. We're starting here because this targets your gluteus medius, the side glute, which is the single most important muscle for balance and lateral stability. If you've ever wobbled while putting on your shoes or felt unsteady on stairs, a weak gluteus medius is almost always involved. Think of it like the guy wires on a suspension bridge. They don't hold the bridge up from the bottom, they hold it steady from the sides. Your glute medius does exactly that for your pelvis. How to do it? Sit toward the front of your chair, feet flat on the floor. Straighten your right leg and lift it out to the side, not in front of you, not behind you, out to the side, about 10 to 12 inches off the ground. Hold for 1 second, lower it with control. That's 1 rep. You should feel this in the outer hip and the side of your glute. If you feel nothing, lift a little higher and squeeze harder at the top. Do 10 to 12 repetitions on the right side, then switch to the left. Pro tips: keep your upper body still. Your torso should barely move. All the action is in that hip. And go slowly. I know it's tempting to speed through, but slow and controlled is where the muscle-building magic happens. Modification: if lifting the full leg feels like too much, keep your knee slightly bent. The movement is still effective, and you're still waking up that lateral glute. Now that we've warmed up the outer glutes, we're going to shift to exercise number 2, which goes a little deeper into the hip and is absolutely essential for everyone who sits for long periods during the day. Exercise number 2, seated hip abduction. Hip abduction, moving your legs away from your center line, is one of the most neglected movements in everyday life. And yet, it's critical for walking, turning, changing direction, and protecting your hip joints. Here's something fascinating. A 2022 systematic review and meta-analysis published in BMC Musculoskeletal Disorders found high-quality evidence that strengthening hip abductors significantly reduced knee pain and improved function in adults with osteoarthritis. That's because when your hips are strong, your knees don't have to overcompensate. Strong hips literally protect your knees. How to do it? Sit tall in your chair with your knees together or hip-width apart. Place your hands on the outside of your knees. Now press your knees outward against your hands. Your hands are providing resistance. Push hard enough that you actually have to work to keep your hands in place. Hold that outward press for 3 to 5 seconds. Release. That's 1 rep. Do 10 to 15 repetitions. No equipment version? If you want to make it harder without using your hands, tie a resistance band around your thighs just above your knees. Then open your knees outward against the band's resistance. Same idea, slightly more challenge. What you should feel? Deep in the outer hip, almost like a burning sensation as you hold. That's your gluteus medius and minimus firing. Let them burn a little. That's them remembering what they're supposed to do. And speaking of muscles waking up, exercise number 3 is one I almost didn't include in this video because I thought people would be skeptical, but every single person who's tried it has come back to me saying it's the one they feel the most. So let's get there. Exercise 3. Seated glute bridge. This is the crown jewel of this routine. The glute bridge, even done from a seated position, directly targets the gluteus maximus, the largest muscle in your body. And it does it in a hip hinge pattern that transfers directly to standing, stair climbing, and getting out of low chairs or couches. Traditional floor glute bridges can be difficult or even painful for people with knee or back issues. This seated version eliminates that problem entirely while preserving almost all of the benefit. We're working smarter, not harder. How to do it? Move to the very edge of your seat. Place your feet flat on the floor, slightly wider than hip width, and position them further forward than usual, about 18 inches in front of your knees. This angle is key. Now, lean your torso back very slightly, just enough that you're at maybe a 70-degree angle, and place your hands on the front edge of the chair seat for light support. From here, drive your heels into the floor and push your hips forward and upward. You're essentially performing a hip thrust using the chair edge as your base instead of the floor. At the top, your hips should be extended, glutes squeezed tight, body nearly upright or even slightly extended. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds. Lower back down slowly. That's 1 rep. Do 8 to 10 repetitions. What you should feel. You should feel this immediately in your glutes. If you're feeling it mostly in your quads, push through your heels more and think about squeezing your glutes like you're trying to crack a walnut. That mental cue sounds silly, but a 2016 study in the European Journal of Applied Physiology found that focusing on a specific muscle during exercise significantly increased its activation at moderate loads. Your mind literally tells more muscle fibers to fire. Why it works so well. The hip hinge pattern is one of the most fundamental movement patterns your body uses every day. Every time you stand from a chair, bend to pick something up, or push yourself up from the couch, you're using this same hip extension movement. By training it directly, you're making every one of those daily activities easier and safer. Pause the video right now and try just 2 reps. Tell me in the comments, did you feel it? I guarantee most of you are going to be surprised. Before we continue to the top 2 exercises, if you're finding value in this information, hit that like button so more seniors can discover this routine. And subscribe. We're releasing powerful senior health content every week. Exercise 4. Seated glute squeeze. Why this exercise? Okay, I know what you're thinking. Isn't this just sitting there and squeezing? Yes, and it is wildly effective. Here's why. Remember that condition I mentioned at the start, gluteal amnesia? where your glutes literally lose the ability to fire on command because they've spent so many hours in the off position while you sit. The seated glute squeeze is like a direct call to those sleeping muscles. It reestablishes the neural connection between your brain and your glutes. It sounds simple. It is simple. But simple doesn't mean easy, and simple doesn't mean ineffective. This exercise is used in physical therapy clinics all over the world specifically because it works. How to do it? Sit tall, feet flat. Now squeeze your glutes as hard as you can, like you're trying to hold a coin between your cheeks. Yes, I said it. Hold for 5 seconds, release completely, wait 2 seconds, squeeze again. Do 15 repetitions. Tips for maximum benefit. The key here is the full release between squeezes. If you keep tension the whole time, your muscle never gets the full contraction-relaxation cycle that makes this effective. Squeeze hard, hold, then truly let go. You might even feel a tiny pulse or tremor when you squeeze. That's your muscle fibers firing in sequence. That's exactly what you want. When to do this? This is also an exercise you can do anytime, anywhere. Watching television, waiting in line, sitting in a waiting room. Nobody will know. Your glutes don't care that you're watching a cooking show. They'll still wake up. All right, we've worked the outer glutes, the deep hip abductors, the full posterior chain, and now we've reestablished that brain to glute connection. Exercise number 5 is going to tie everything together with a movement that also improves your circulation, your hip flexors, and your overall rhythm of movement. Exercise number 5, seated marching. We finish with seated marching because it bridges the gap between isolated strength exercises and real-world movement. Walking is a cyclical, alternating movement, and so is marching. By training this pattern while seated, you're reinforcing the neural pathways that your body uses every time you walk, climb stairs, or navigate uneven ground. It also acts as an active cool-down, getting your heart rate up slightly, improving circulation in your legs, and stretching your hip flexors with every alternating lift. After all the static squeezes and contractions we've done, your body will welcome this. How to do it? Sit tall. Place your hands lightly on your thighs or the sides of the chair. Now, lift your right knee up toward the ceiling as high as comfortable, then lower it. Lift your left. Lower it. That's the pattern. Slow, deliberate, alternating marches. Start with a moderate pace. As you get comfortable, increase your height and your speed slightly. Aim for 30 seconds to start, working up to 60 seconds over time. To intensify it, add a gentle squeeze of the opposite glute each time you lift a knee. So when you lift your right knee, squeeze your left glute. This cross-body activation pattern is the same thing that happens when you walk, and it trains coordination between your hips, core, and glutes all at the same time. What you should feel: warmth in your hip flexors from the lifting, light work in your core from staying upright, and, if you're doing the glute squeeze with each step, a rhythmic activation deep in the hip. You should finish this exercise feeling warm, loose, and just slightly worked. Let's quickly recap your complete routine. Exercise 1, seated marching, 15 to 20 reps to wake up your glutes and hip flexors. Exercise 2, seated side leg lifts, 12 to 15 reps per side for that critical gluteus medius. Exercise 3, seated hip abduction, 12 to 15 reps to fire up both hips simultaneously. Exercise 4, seated glute bridge hip thrust style, 10 to 12 reps for maximum gluteus maximus activation. And exercise 5, seated glute squeeze, 10 to 15 reps of the most underrated glute exercise in existence. Perform this routine 3 to 4 times per week. The entire sequence takes about 10 to 12 minutes. If this video gave you something new, something you didn't expect, hit that like button. Not just for me, but so YouTube shows this to someone else who needs it. Tell us in the comments which exercise surprised you the most, or which one you're going to try first. And share this video with someone you care about, because sometimes the people who need this the most are the ones who would never search for it on their own. So now that you know how to strengthen your muscles and protect your independence, here's something even more exciting. Did you know there are just 4 simple exercises that can dramatically improve your balance, even in your 80s? Click on this video and I'll show you exactly what they are and why they work. It's perfect for anyone over 65 who wants to feel steady and confident. I'll see you there.